This is the craziest 1956 mint set I have ever owned. I'm going to show you guys each of these coins. We're going to be looking at them up close. And all these coins are going to be going to grading. So I'm going to take them out of the cardboard holder, put them into flips, and then send them off to PCGS, and we're going to see how they do. Let's look first at the Philadelphia board. So just looking at the set, you can see some crazy tone coins, a lot of very lustrous coins, a nice mix. Every single one of these coins has some degree of toning, even the nickels. You can see these even have some color. And the coins are super flashy. So let's just start with the wheat cents. And I'm probably going to submit these coins in order. I'm going to pick this one out first because this one is just amazing looking. This set is super fresh. And take a look at this one, guys. Beautiful toning on the reverse of this Lincoln cent. A nice brown. This is a 1956 Philadelphia. This probably is the best Lincoln cent in the set. The obverse is toned really well too. I'm going to try to have PCGS reverse mount some of these which are toned on the reverse, although the obverse of this one actually looks really nice and colorful as well. So I'm not sure what you prefer. I much prefer this emerald looking reverse. So we're going to have PCGS holder that with the reverse showing. And that'll start off the submission. So I'll make another video in a couple months once they come back. It will probably be a couple months. And then we'll take a look at how they all grade. It'll be an interesting experiment. I'm not expecting like some crazy high grades out of this set. I'm just hoping that they all straight grade from a color standpoint. They should. You can see it's all totally original. So another 1956 Philadelphia also has some color, and this one an interesting strike. Not as colorful as the last one for sure, but still a nicely toned, lightly toned Lincoln set from 1956P. And this is a double mint set, which means there's two of each coin from 1956. There are no 1956 San Francisco or Denver half dollars, so you can see there's only the two Philadelphia half dollars here. Let's look at the nickels next. Take these out of here carefully. And I made sure to wash my hands, of course. I know some people don't like when people touch coins online. It's totally fine if you're doing it cautiously around the edge of the coin. A little bit of a light toning on this Jefferson nickel. I mean, this coin's probably not worth grading on its own, but I want to have the set complete. I sent in that 1947 set, if you guys remember that mint set. And I kind of wish I would have sent them all in sequentially, so we're going to do that this time around. And we're going to have this set be totally fresh, totally original, and we're going to keep it together. And yeah, that'll be, I think, a better fit for these coins, and then hopefully someone will keep them together for a while. This one's got some light toning around the left of the rim there. Nothing too special. Again, I will definitely say that the quarters in this set coming up are just ridiculously nice. Some of the nicest toned Jefferson, or the nicest toned Washington quarters I've ever seen. Look at the dimes next from the Philadelphia set. A nice blue toned coin here. Some really deep blue, some purple. Nice attractive coin. I'm going to do the PCGS True Views on all these coins. So they'll photograph them. Hopefully the photos turn out nice. Sometimes it's a bit of a hit or miss, but I'm hopeful and definitely interested to see how they turn out because all of these coins are just spectacular. and I think they'll photo really well. So that's the first dime in the 56 Philadelphia set. We'll look at the second dime. Looks like it's got some nice reverse toning, some gold toning. And wow, this one's even nicer than the last one. This one's really nice. This coin looks really nice too from a grade perspective. Be interesting to see how this one grades out. It's got a little bit of, it's got some marks on the, some chips on the cheek on the high points, but really a nice coin. I love the look of this one. Doesn't look like the bands are full, but that's all right. A nice coin, nice tone coin. That's the second Roosevelt dime in the set. And we'll move on to the Washington quarters from the 1956 Philadelphia board. Let's try this one here first. These ones are kind of darkly toned, so this set probably sat maybe a little too long in these cardboard holders. I wonder what these would have looked like just a little bit earlier if they would have been taken out maybe a couple years or a decade or two earlier. Maybe they'd be a little brighter, but that's all right. They're still pretty nice. This one has some marks on the hair there, some like light scratches. So this coin won't grade too high, but has some interesting like splotchy toning. I kind of like it still. It's definitely not a pattern that you see too often. The reverse has that just spectacular blue. This set for some reason, this board specifically toned really blue. And that's what we have here, kind of matching the Roosevelt dimes. It's interesting also to see how the different coins tone based on the metal composition. Obviously the $50, the dimes, and the quarters are all made out of 90% silver, which you can see tones very differently than the Jefferson nickels and the Lincoln wheat cents. So they all have different colors, different color spectrums. All the silver seems to tone pretty similarly, and the copper and the copper nickel totally different. This one definitely looks nicer from a grade perspective. This one actually is really nice, super lustrous. The toning's very similar, and you have the reverse just totally blue. Pretty cool. I like sending these sets off like this when I can, even though it's economically probably not worth it. It's like $25 a coin, or maybe $27 a coin after the True Views, the imaging. But I don't know. I just like keeping this set together. It's not really a huge expense. You know, most of these coins are worth getting graded, in my opinion, just based on the color. So anytime there's a shot that, like, you know, one or two coins could make up the submission costs, I think it's better just to send them. This one, this Franklin is really dark, but pretty lustrous. It's got some marks, so I probably won't grade too highly. It's like a really dark, almost terminal black color, but just a few stages lighter than just full terminal. It's got an interesting pattern on the left of the obverse, as you can see. A little bit of rainbow in there. And it looks like the reverse, the bands on the bottom are pretty full. Looks like it has a fingerprint or something right there. And it's a little bit splotchy, so not my favorite coin for sure, but it is really lustrous, which is nice, and that'll help the coin. I'm excited to put a collage together of all the images as well, so you can see the set photographed all at once. That'll be really nice to see. And this one is, like this coin, if this coin would have gotten taken out at some point when maybe the whole obverse was of this color, this like sort of like fiery orange and yellow toning, this coin would have just been spectacular. And my guess is it sat in the envelope just a little too long, but it's still nice to see some of that. Um, yeah, just looking at the coin, it's like super crusty. Personally, I like how this looks. I think a lot of collectors might stray away from the really dark toning on coins, but I love the dark toning on coins, the originality. Obviously, this coin has not been dipped, has not been messed with, has not been cleaned. Just super dark, super original. And interesting pattern. So I'm hoping the photos show this really well because there's a lot going on this reverse. Pretty cool. And that's the last coin in the Philadelphia board. So we're going to go to the next one, which has some ridiculous toned Washington quarters. I'm really excited to look at those closer. Let's start again with the wheat cents. And I'm just going to submit this pretty much in the order I've been showing. I might mix around a couple of the duplicates just based on how they look, but I'll probably submit it pretty similar to how you're seeing it. So the graders will see it in a similar order. My hope is they see the originality of these coins and they kind of give a little bit of a bonus. Sometimes that happens, but we'll see. This one is also probably one of my favorite coins. Let's just look at the neon there. The neon, it's like a green, a pink, a purple. Colors you don't see on just coins in general, but I mean, very rarely do you see colors like this on a Lincoln wheat cent. I have seen a couple that look kind of like this, but this one's really intense. It's almost like, I don't know, and the reverse to match is the fact that it's toned on the obverse like this and the reverse is just pretty special. I do like the Philadelphia, the first wheat cent that we showed a little bit ago. I think a little more than this one though. But a very nice pair. And the other one, let's see what this one looks like. This set was also like really expensive. I had to really pay up to buy this set. You can buy a double mint set for, especially from 1956, for a couple $100s. But most of them have been looked through and any nice coins have been plucked out. And so finding them like really toned and original like this is really hard to do. A lot of people looking out for them. This set was pretty expensive raw. I paid probably 3 or 4 times what I normally would have just for the color. I think it was well worth it. Be careful if you're buying these mint sets, and this coin's really nice as I'm talking about other stuff. A nice reverse rainbow and some fancy color on the obverse as well. Be careful if you're buying these sets, especially online, because a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll take the boards kind of dishonestly and they'll put a bunch of junk uncirculated coins in it, or even nicer uncirculated coins, but they're not the original sets. You can see the crazy color on these coins. It's pretty easy to tell if all the coins are just, you know, pretty blast white or unimpressive. There's I think a high likelihood that someone took these boards, filled them up with lower end coins, and just resold it as an original set. So if you're buying a double mint set in these cardboard holders, they should have some toning and some color and some originality to them. If they don't, if they just look really washed out or really white, you probably want to pass, or at least don't pay a premium for the mint set. Nothing too special with this 56D Jefferson nickel. I would never submit these Jefferson nickels, I don't think. At least these ones so far, yeah, I wouldn't have submitted them on their own, but as part of the set, I think it's worth keeping them together and preserving the set. Looking at the other 1957, this one looks a little nicer. Just looking at it quickly, that's still nothing too special. It's just these, yeah, there's just like not really much value in the Jefferson nickels, unless they're full steps or a rare date. Yeah, this coin's not very high grade either. Probably be like a 63 or something. And it's going to be worth like a couple dollars, but just to keep them in the set, I think is worth the $25 or $27 or so to get them graded and photoed. All right, now we have the top 4 coins by far. I'm going to try to do them from like the least impressive to the most impressive, but they're all up there. They're all up there for sure. This one's this is the 56D Roosevelt dime, the first one. The one thing I do wish about these coins, or kind of was a little sad to see, but I'm going to count my blessings, is the side which was face down against the paper that the coins came with has toned to be super dull and black and kind of ugly. So I think I'm going to have all of these coins. Well, actually, two of them, the obverse looks like this, so the front of the coin looks like this, and the back of it has really nice, vibrant color. And the other 2 are flipped because of how they sit in the holder. So 2 of these, I'll have one of the, I guess this one, and actually both the dimes were flipped with the reverse showing. So both the dimes will have reverse holdered. And so PCGS is showing the reverse first, and then looks like one of the quarters I'll have reverse holdered as well. This one will be one of the ones with the reverse holder. And look at that color. I'm not sure how much crazier and vibrant of color you could ask for on a 50s date Roosevelt dime, but maybe if the coin was toned like this on both sides, if I'm getting picky, but I won't get too greedy, I guess. Really nice color. Yeah, we'll hopefully PCGS will reverse holder this. And I'll make a note of that. And we have the other Roosevelt dime. Extremely vibrant. Super nice. This color is definitely more extreme than the last one, but they're real close. And once again, the obverse is kind of crusty, but I feel like this is pretty common to see in these old mint sets. This is just a little too dark for my liking. I know I said I liked the dark toning earlier, but although I've seen coins like this grade pretty high because the obverse is well preserved, so we'll see how they do. Just a beautiful coin. Probably in my opinion, the. And now we have the 1956D Washington quarters. I think I'm going to show you this one first. We'll save the best for last. Some incredible color on this coin. I don't really know, like I said on the last couple, I'm not sure what more I could ask for. I mean, if you like tone coins, here you go. And these don't tone the same as like a Morgan dollar. I've seen a better color on a Morgan dollar, obviously, but I'm a little concerned that this coin might have a wheel mark on it. I'm not exactly sure why that would happen. You can just see that in the field. I can't tell if that's toning. I'm terrible with wheel marks. But yeah, that's a little concerning. That would really suck if this coin went uncirculated details for a wheel mark. I'm hoping that's just a toning pattern. But I'm pretty concerned that kind of looks like a wheel mark. So we'll definitely have this one reverse mounted in the holder. And hopefully the photo comes out nice. But it's still a nice tone coin regardless. And then we have the final quarter. And this one is kind of special because it's an obverse toner. And usually when you get a coin which is nice and toned, you want to see the toning on the front of the coin. For the obverse of the coin, it makes it worth a lot more money. I don't know. Just kind of how the market reacts. I don't mind a reverse tone coin. Unfortunately, many of the coins in this collection are reverse toned, but this one is really nice and obverse toned. And you can just see the bands of red, the neon bands, the green, blue, and yellow toning in the middle of the coin, and then just the full color spectrum all the way out to a dark end. And the reverse is really darkly toned and well preserved. Actually, this one has some color, so I'm a little surprised to see the color flash through on the reverse here. Pretty happy with that. This coin, it'll be interesting to see what this one grades. The reverse is really nice, but the obverse has a few marks on it, but it'll probably get a color bump. So maybe an MS66 or so. And we'll definitely we'll take that. And I'm excited to see again how the photos turn out. And this is still the best set, even though none of these coins are, I don't think, too highly graded. This is still the best 1956 set I've seen complete. I'm sure you could build another one, but between the neon Lincoln wheat cents, between the quarters, the dimes, I mean, it's pretty special. Taking a look at them again. Again, I'll be sure to post a video once I get these back in the holders and see how they grade. Let me know what you guys think your favorite coin was, your favorite toned coin in this set. There's a lot of variants. There's the blue Roosevelts, there's the neon quarters, the neon dimes, the emerald wheat cent. Let me know what your favorite one is. This is probably my favorite coin, to be honest with you. I love the look of this one. I love the look of the quarters. And those early dimes were also interesting, those 56 Philadelphia dimes. So these will all be going off. I'll make a video once they're all back, show you the grades. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.